Welcome, I am Petra. The question I want to answer today is because I heard this question was important to one of you. So if you want to have your question answers about the twin flame part of the abundance journey, because I like to reintegrate the twin flames in the actual abundance journey of life, this traditional spiritual journey that is updated for the true twin flame and more. Everything that is your more, your juice, your love that is manifest and will become manifest and that you desire on that journey. So it's not even only twin flames, but there is more. I promise you. Think, for instance, about the money you can make with your true mission that is between you and the twin flame a central factor. So if you have your question about that journey, let me know by making a comment below this video, and I might just make a video exactly about your question. That would be wonderful. Today's question is, what if my twin flame is gay and I am straight? Let's get into it. What if my twin flame is gay and I'm straight? I think this is a good question because it can come up in any journey that is for the ultimate lover, that is indeed also your ultimate sexual partner because they're your ultimate lover, besides also being your ultimate friend and your teacher and your student too. So, yeah, so relevant. I will simply give you the answer, and that is twin flames always have an appropriate sexuality towards each other to be able to be together in all capacities, rooted in love. But what can happen is that there is a transformative journey for you or your twin flame or both that is necessary before that union can come to bloom. This transformation is a healing of your identity. That includes, but is not limited to, your sexual identity. For some, this may look like more of drama on the outside than for others. But for all, there are some crucial things to heal nevertheless. And we know this is so because you are not yet in your union currently. It's completely appropriate to undergo these changes while doing the inner work with key in peace and get an entirely new appreciation of who you genuinely are. This, in the end, will attract your true twin flame, and you will find out that and how exactly it all fully fits. So that's the truth of the matter. But then again, specifically, they're gay and I'm straight. That's what I currently think. So what can be going on? Well, many scenarios could play out, and I just want to ensure you that I've seen a whole bunch of scenarios in this matter play out. Don't worry, you're absolutely not alone. I've seen people coming to the realization that they were not gay and male and thinking that they were the divine feminine in the union and falling for the divine masculine in the union that would also be physically male and therefore being gay, transforming into knowing that they were the divine masculine in the union after all the time and that the vision they had as a sort of a dream about their true twin flame being a woman was actually the truth. And their female body having divine feminine twin flame was in the end his true twin flame, had come in his life and they're together now. So this can happen. Another scenario that can happen is that I've seen happen is one of the twin flames lived their lives as a bodily male, but then got this feeling that they're actually at the core of their soul a female, and starts to feel the desire to also change in the directions in all the ways that he felt comfortable with becoming a she. And then there was another person that felt at their core suddenly that they were maybe more like a masculine person, although they had lived a life of bodily being a female all these times. And then she felt attracted to really excavate for themselves a way to go in a direction, trying things out, what fitted them and what not, and then thinking of themselves and being open about being a he. And then they were both on the twin flame journey after a long time of going through this transformation. For themselves, they found out that they were actually true twin flames. But don't think that you could maybe say, like, but then, let's undo all the gender changes and just be true twin flames when you were still thinking you were the identity of your original physical body sort of assignment. And then you would skip over all these changes and skip over also the potentially connected confusion about your sexuality that belongs to that body versus soul identity changes. Maybe they could have stepped over all that unnecessary fluff and just be together. But that's not true, because your true twin flame will be attracted to you when you are living more and more of your actual soul nature. And when your actual soul nature is that you are the divine feminine and you're thinking that you are the divine masculine, you are not attractive to your true twin flame. So that's why all these transformations are often set into motion in your inner work, doing it on yourself, on your own, and then you will become also attractive to the other partner. Now, the same can happen when you think, this is my example, when you think about yourself as more of a masculine, active kind of woman that wants to be the master of the show, so to speak, and having a leadership that is more culturally masculine-like, traditionally speaking. And I was in such a way traumatized in my childhood, by my upbringing, that I was also thinking that I might have sort of gay tendencies. And I liked that. And this in the end was all not true, because that was a traumatized part of me, pushed upon me by the outside circumstances, in combination with my own tendencies and how I had the tendency to look upon life. Everything of that sort of nature and connected to sexuality, of the things connected to sexuality of that, had to be let go by me to finally arrive in this realization that I was always the divine feminine on the soul level. I had always been that, and that my, of course, my body represents that, and then also my gender ideas about that, my giving shape of who I am in the outside world, which is more represented by the idea of gender, is actually kind of traditional, although a little bit artistic. And that is truly who I am. Very feminine, incredibly feminine, in relationship to my true twin flame, who is very masculine, and a divine masculine on the soul level too. So in these kinds of examples, you can see that I'm actually speaking about sort of 3 layers of your identity in this kind of way. And I think that is interesting to, hopefully I can explain it to you in short. We all have a body, and a physical body, and I think in broad strokes you can certainly say that there are female and male centered bodies, although when you look very, very closely at the variety of the biology, you can see that there's actually a spectrum of male to female and back in form. There is another layer that I've talked about, and that is how you think about yourself, how your gender is, how you maybe present yourself to the world. That's more of the idea of gender, how you conceptualize who you are and bring that to the world. And these two areas often interplay with each other. They interrelate. The bodily identity and the ideas about that you have that are very much centered in the idea of gender, they interrelate. They're not even separate from each other, truly and totally. Your sexual orientation is part of all of that, until you recognize that these two layers and their interplay and the sexual orientation that belongs inside of it has actually another layer that changes it completely, or that could change it completely. It changes the venture point from which you are approaching this question of identity of yourself and your twin flame, who are ultimately one. You're going to change your venture point towards so much more to the core and essence of who you are, so that you come at this place that is your soul. Even at the soul layer where you're one with your twin flame, which you might call spirit. That's the venture point from which you're going to see this whole question of body, gender, sexuality. And that changes everything, because your venture point has changed. And it's not to say that for you it changes everything in the form and in your daily life and in how you think about yourself, but the venture point has changed, and it might change things in your perception of your body, your perception of how you think about yourself, and your sexual orientation. You need to find that out. So now you're going to answer your question in a completely new way, in a fresh way that is meant with that, in a fresh way, in a way that is related to your soul. And on the soul level, you are always the divine feminine or the divine masculine of a journey consisting of two complementary expressions coming from the same spirit. And there is a way of how that which you are, one of the two, for the very, 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 very most people, this is how their architecture on that level in the soul is constructed, all right? Now you're going to see how that which you are relative to your union relates to your body and your gender and your sexual orientation. Now we're going to see it all from that place. Things might change. They might change for you, potentially. They might change for your true twin flame, potentially. And in the end, you will see that not only on the soul level you will be this perfect union, but also on the bodily and gender and sexual orientation chapter, you will click in with each other completely and fully. It will feel loving, because it cannot be anything different than loving, because true twin flames are love manifest on the spirit level. I hope this helped, and let me know, of course, if you want to have personal assistance with all of this. If you would like that, I would advise for you to come to our community, and the link to that, it's on Facebook, is in the description box below. And when you're there, you can do so many things just like that. Most are completely for free. You can study the inner work tool key that I would advise for you to do when you have trouble with this kind of topic. because it will really bring you forward on this transformative journey. Absolutely, I guarantee you that. And you can also get one-on-one attention if you want to. There are even more options for you if you like, and a lot of them are actually currently already summed up in the description box below. So should you want to do even something else than this beautiful community that is completely here for you, then you can just pick out the option that feels right for you at this time. When you open the description box, it will fold open and the many options will come to you. If you're unsure, don't be too shy to simply send me a message and we'll hash it out. All right, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.